I'm nervous. I'm nervous for this one. I've had people on my Facebook group talk about these kind of cups, and I've seen them on different groups on Facebook. I've seen them on Pinterest, and I've been a little baby and scared to try one, but I'm just gonna do it. Today I'm doing a Tangram. Hey guys, Courtney here with Courtney's Customs, and today I'm going to try and tackle a Tangram tumbler. I'm super nervous, but I feel like if you find a tumbler that you think is kind of advanced and you're kind of like scared to try it, that makes it so much more fun, because if you accomplish it, it's like heck yeah, and then if you don't, it's like okay, I'm going to keep trying until I get it. So I am working with a 30-ounce skinny from Maker Flow Crafts, and I painted it white just because I wanted some sort of base to start with, because there's going to be 4 different glitters on this tumbler, 3 of which are from the Glitter Grind, the other one is from Misty's Decal Shop, and I'm going to be tinting my Mod Podge with different acrylic paints like you guys have seen me do before. It's going to be big pieces of vinyl and very tedious work, but I'm here for it and I'm ready, so let's go. Alright, so I'm starting with a file that I got from Etsy, and I don't know what the heck got all over my white vinyl, but it's okay because this is all going to be coming off, so it's fine. But I got this. It's a Tangram file from Etsy. I will post the link to her shop in the description because her shop is incredible. Like, she has these Tangram templates and like so many other templates, and she has them all labeled for like what size and brand of tumbler they go on. Like, this is supposed to perfectly fit a 30-ounce hog skinny. She's got some for just everything, literally everything, even like little 12-ounce fat, like the thick tumblers. So definitely visit her shop. She's got all kinds of different templates. I don't even remember the shop name, but it will be down in my description. So I have a big old piece of transfer tape here. This is the stuff that I get from the dollar store. And this is another one of those. This is why I'm nervous about it. I'm not nervous about it because I think it's going to look bad, like design-wise. I think the colors that I chose to put on this are very pretty. But this is the part that I'm nervous about. You guys know that I fear like full wraps, and this is what it's going to be. So I am just very, very slowly, I'm going to turn it sideways so I can see what I'm doing, but I am slowly pulling this back, trying to get that tape on there good and smooth, other than that first part right there, which I hope does not affect anything. Also, if you can see that, that's red spray paint. I know it looks like I have like a flesh-eating disease or something, but I don't, I promise. I think my husband's embarrassed to take me out in public because I always have spray paint on me. I wear gloves and everything, but like, stuff happens. Okay. There's my little scraper right here. Just making sure that's on there good and proper. Alright, so now it's time to put it on the cup. And I have this little makeshift tumbler holder here. This is the rest of the pool noodle that I had left in some electrical tape, or not electrical, painter's tape. And that's going to hold it on there good for me. These are definitely not as big as you would want them to be. You want these to be a lot bigger. But I'm working with what I got here because I really wanted this to be able to lay straight. Okay. So I think I need to do it like this. So I'm going to cut this down just a tad. This is just the back of the big piece of white vinyl that I used. I'm just cutting off some excess. before I started the video, I just, you can see where the rest of the white vinyl was. I just peeled that off. I didn't do anything to this in here. Alright, so you can see, I don't know if you can tell or not, it's very, very subtle, but it does kind of come down a little bit because the skinnies are not perfectly straight. There are cups that are called straight cups, not skinny cups, and they are like perfectly straight all the way down. The skinnies still have the tiniest bit of a little bit of taper to them. So you want that smaller part where it starts to taper inwards, you want that to be your bottom part. So I'm going to turn this sideways. And try to get it going here without it falling apart on me. I'm going to fold this so I can lay this part of it down on the cup. Okay, so I have this right here folded. I folded just a little bit of the backing. I'm so nervous. I am just trying to line it up the best that I can, which I think that's good. And so now at this point, I am just going to very gently, slowly peel this backing off and push down the vinyl. If it doesn't match up perfectly, I guarantee you it's because of something that I did, not anything that this file creator did. Because I can tell it is coming up a little bit too high up top here. So I think it's going to end up being a little crooked. So yeah, I definitely did it crooked. I don't think you're going to be able to tell too bad. I really don't. So I'm going to go ahead and peel off this transfer tape once everything's on there real good. I don't know if you can hear it, you probably can. There is ice falling from the sky onto my tin roof shed, and it is loud as can be, and I am so sorry if you can hear that. Okay, so now that this is on, we can start glittering, and please know, obviously this is terrible, like all the wrinkles. If this were to be kept on the tumbler, I would not leave it, but it's going to be coming off, so it's okay. But that does look pretty bad. That's why I hate full wraps. I'm so bad at them, but keep practicing, and maybe I'll get better, hopefully. Alright, so now it's time to glitter, and I have 3 little cups of Mod Podge here, and this is the glitter that I'm going to be using. This is Under the Sea from Misty's Decal Shop, and then here's Tidal Wave from the Glitter Grind. Desert Glow, this is the fine mix of it, and this is also from Glitter Grind, and Golf Sands from the Glitter Grind. I'll have links to everything in my description. And you're going to need your little pick. So there's little pieces that can be pulled off here, and you can, like little V shapes, you can make each V the same color if you want. You can, you know, do one side of the V one color, one side of the V the other color. You can do literally anything you want. So this is where complete creative control comes in. And what I'm gonna do, even though it's my first one and my brain is like hurting just thinking about it, I'm gonna do different colors for each side of the little V here. So I'm just gonna start by, I have 4 different glitters, so I'm gonna do like a pattern down. So I want to start up here, and really you should use removable vinyl for this, but I mean it's okay, that's why my Mod Podge is going to be tinted, so it'll be fine. So and now for the other side, because there's like a very, very thin line right here. So for the other side, I want the corner of each collar that's touching, the very corner here is touching this one. I want these to match. So I am just going to find each one that is touching the corner of the one that I just ripped off and peel that one off. So now it's just deciding what one you want to start with. I think I'm going to start with the chunky one. So I'm going to take some Mod Podge, and this is Laguna from Apple Barrel. And we'll mix it up, shake it up real good, and just put a little bit in my Mod Podge to make my Mod Podge the same color as my glitter. So essentially I'll be painting that spot the same color as my glitter, which is something I always stress to do. So I'm going to get this out of the way here, and I'm going to use a very small brush. This is the brush I'm using. I got it from the dollar store. And you're just going to paint everything, all the little spots that you just peeled off. And you can grab a little brush like this, one that's like super rough, and brush some glitter out of your way that shouldn't be there. And I'm seeing some spots that are like right in the corner that I didn't get, so I'm just going to do some touch-ups. And so now I am just going to peel off every one that's below the one that I just did. And I'm doing my first row here like full colored to try to help me with where everything is going to go, because I don't want to go over to the next row and just keep working with the same color and mess something up. So once I get this first row done, I'll be able to just do one whole collar around the cup and probably get it done a lot faster. Sorry if that messed anything up. My camera actually died. So I went in and did some psychology homework and let the battery charge. Now I'm going to go in with this Fine Desert Glow from the Glitter Grind. I'm going to add Classical Caramel acrylic paint. And I always forget to start shaking it before I go to pour it. Put a little bit in there. If I would have had a gold paint, then I would have used it. But I don't. But I figured this would be close enough, right? So I'm going in with that same brush and going over everything that I just peeled off, and I'm just being really careful to try and not get it where it shouldn't be over in that gorgeous glitter that I put on at first. I haven't used this yet, so I need to open it. See, I really think those colors look pretty together. Now that my gold is on, I'm going to get all of that put back in the container. And the next color that I want to do is the finer color that's similar to the first chunky like teal glitter that I put on. So we are like halfway done with that first row. I'm going back to my teal Mod Podge, and I'm using Tidal Wave from the Glitter Grind. And now I'm going to go under, where's my little pick? Go under each gold spot and peel that off. I'm just going to keep repeating the process here with my Tidal Wave glitter from the Glitter Grind. And I'm being super careful to not get it in that glitter up there. we are on to the last color of this row. So just peel off everything that's left. Now that that's done, I'm going to go in with my white Apple Barrel acrylic paint. Put some in my Mod Podge and get that stirred up. So my Mod Podge will dry white instead of clear. And now you're just going to paint everything that's left. So since I kind of ripped up the paint that I did with spray paint for the base coat, I'm actually going to, of course I'm going to have to go over that, but for my next rows that I'm doing this on, I think I'm just going to use plain white paint and just use that as like my Mod Podge and see how that goes. So this is how the first row is. So now I'm just going to repeat that around the entire cup. When I say that I've been out here for like 4 hours doing this, I ain't kidding. I don't ever want to do one of these ever again. Holy cow. I mean, it's gorgeous. I love it, but good God, I'm ready to go inside and take a nap. I'm so tired. Like, when I started this, I was like, oh, it doesn't seem that bad. Like, I just gotta peel these little pieces off and put glitter on them. It's a lot of work, okay? Just like a lot. But it's pretty. I'm going to seal it. And I'm going to let it sit overnight before I epoxy because I want zero chance of any of this glitter moving. And look at this. Look at this. I am not even kidding. Look at like my knuckles. They're bruised. My knuckles are bruised because I had my hand up in here like this. And that's what I was using to like hold the cup while I did everything. So my knuckles are bruised. Y'all, this was a labor of love, and I'm probably going to keep it because that was a lot of work, and I don't think I want to sell that. Oh my God. So I'm going to let this sit overnight after I seal it, and then I'll be back tomorrow to put some epoxy on it, and then we have more work to do. And we're back. How do you guys like my backdrop? I hope you like it. It just came in yesterday. And I bought it because I've had some people, like, not make rude comments, like it hasn't been rude at all. But I've had some comments about my background image before this was up, and somebody asked if I was going to clean it up, and somebody else said something about background image. And I was like, well, okay, like, I'll buy a backdrop for now. Whenever I first got my shed, I got it a year ago, and at the time YouTube was not really a thing that was in my brain. I didn't think I was going to do anything like that. I just wanted a shed to get all of my stuff out of the house, and because I mean, you know, it's not great to have like epoxy in your home. So I got the shed, and it's just a little 10 by 12, like it's very small. And I told my husband when we got it, I was like, don't worry about like drywalling it or making it pretty or anything, like I just need a workspace. And then YouTube happened, and I have an amazing, wonderful, beautiful, growing audience that I am super duper thankful for. And so now I'm like, I need to make my shed pretty. So me and my husband will be going to Lowe's and getting some drywall and all of that stuff, and I'll have like some really cute organization stuff. But for now I have this backdrop, so I do hope that is better for you guys to look at, and eventually my shed will be pretty. Alright, so this has 2 coats of epoxy on it, and it feels pretty smooth, but I'm going to go ahead and take the sanding block that I got from Amazon. They came in like a pack of 4, I think, and this is amazing. I will never go back to just a piece of sandpaper. These sanding blocks are so easy to work with, and my sandpaper was like ripping, and it just wasn't a good time. So I highly, highly, highly suggest these sanding blocks. I will make sure to put a link for them down in my description. And I am just making sure everything around the rim especially is nice and smooth. Alright, this is good and cleaned up. So what I did for the lines was I went back and I uploaded the original file that I used to get the shapes, and I just went ahead and weeded out all of the inside. So like in the beginning I just put the whole thing in and then weeded little pieces at a time to glitter them. Now I just uploaded the file again, the exact same size, and weeded out the middle. So I hope that that's gonna work. So let's try. Alright, so now the moment of truth. I guess if I mess it up too bad, I'm not going to spaz because it's just vinyl and it can be taken off, and we'll get there eventually, right? Let's get some positivity going. I need it. I'm just trying to make sure I'm in frame before I start doing this. So I'm a nervous wreck, of course. Of course. So I think I should start with an edge. So I am just going to try to line up. Wait a minute, is it upside down? Okay, I'm going to try to line up. Sorry I'm being so quiet. I'm like really trying to focus. And I can already see where it is crooked. Like it's only straight right here. So what I'm going to do is cut this off in sections and just connect it. Is that a good idea? I don't know. We will find out though. By golly, we will find out. I'll get this finished, like, one way or another. So that all looks decent there. So coming over to here, okay, so it looks good where I laid it down there at first. And then that's where it starts to get kind of funky, right there. So I'm going to cut it off at that line. I bet those of you that are like really, really, really good at this stuff are screaming at me like, Courtney, don't do that. You're doing it wrong. I told you guys in the beginning of this video I was nervous. And it's been like 3 days or something since that video, or the beginning of the video, and I'm still nervous. Has not changed a bit. So I'm just going to go ahead and take this off, because this doesn't seem to look too bad. If I can get the rest of it to look like that, that's very pretty. I don't know if you can see it on camera very well yet. These little like lines on the side are trying to come up with my transfer tape. And this is why I like to buy that Duck brand clear laminate from the dollar store, because I am constantly like cutting off really big pieces like this and then cutting those pieces up, and it's like kind of wasteful of it, so that's why I like going the cheap route. So now I'm just going to keep going. Just keep on keeping on. Wow, what in the world? That's not lining up like at all. That's crazy. I wonder why. No way. Oh my gosh, I know why. I had it right the first time, you guys. When I laid it down on there and I was like, oh no, I think it's upside down. And then I flipped it around. It was right. It was right. Now that I'm looking at it. Remember how in the first part of the video, how I mentioned that it was like the slightest bit tapered? Well, I had the smaller side on the top, and that's not what you want. Oh no. Crap. Let me see. I hope I can just flip it around and it start working. Struggle bus. Why won't it line up? Well, Courtney, if you'd have put it on right, that'd help. Jeez. Jeez. Have y'all ever had that one tumbler that just makes you like question your ability to make tumblers? That was this one. That was this one. It is not even close to perfect, but I still think it's very pretty. It's not sellable, so is that a word? Sellable? It's not sellable, but it will be mine. So I do think it's very pretty though. I'll give you guys, of course, a better look at it as it's on the turner and all that good stuff. But I spent, oh, what time is it? I probably spent at least an hour like cutting very, very tiny thin little pieces of this gold vinyl and just like hand placing it on to try to make it match. It was hard. I'm sure there was some things that I didn't do right. I'm sure there were some things that I could have done better. I'll have to do some more research on these tumblers if something happens and my brain goes crazy and I decide I'm going to do another one. So I will definitely make sure to do a little more research, but this did turn out very pretty and I'm happy to keep it as a personal tumbler. So guys, that is it for my Tangram tumbler tutorial. If you guys have any questions whatsoever, please feel free to comment and don't forget to subscribe. Thanks guys. Bye.